Man, I think I gave my little brother the best man talk I ever gave him, and it looked like it's dawning on him because
You
he's
give
now
it to him.
he's beginning his 20s,
Okay, okay.
and what I said to him probably opened his eyes because I was like, you could get all these women you want, but once you get in a relationship, you better be ready to become a man and to expect what you're supposed to be filling, what role you're supposed to fill into.
Yeah.
Because shit hits the fan. Guess who's everybody's gonna be looking up to?
Making
It's
his way to the
Yep.
ring
gonna be
from
your
Yep.
ass.
Yep. Daddy, what we gonna
Like,
do?
weighing in
how
at
where are we gonna
206
go?
pounds,
How are we gonna escape from this
Tyler
nonsense?
Storm.
Like,
Yep.
we're running out of food. What are we gonna do? Like, we're the ones that gotta come up with the plan, cause we're the ones that have to keep up in mental strength. That's why they're fathers. I realize
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. Very
So
beautifully said.
like, yeah, that's the reason why we have fathers, because not only the fact that we're not supposed to be overtaken by compassion, but the logistics of what we have to worry about and what goes on in the world. I always wondered why my stepfather always watched the news. You know, I always wondered why. You know, especially when it was sometimes filled with such bullshit.
Yep.
But you watch the news to cur to forge your own opinion and how and how you perceive it in your own
Absolutely.
opinion.
Absolutely.
In order to see what the real truth. So you do some real investigation to yourself. You know,
Yeah.
'cause you
Absolutely.
can't, like, for instance, you could people could trust the police and all, but could you really trust the police? You know, they're supposed to protect and serve. They're
And
supposed to
his
serve
opponent
us.
from the
Like, yeah.
fifth
Do you honestly feel
dimension,
like they
weighing
would
in
like,
at
or more so, if
225
a situation like that
pounds,
happens,
Big
ain't gonna be no
Psycho.
police. What happens when there are no police, and you're the only protection for your entire family? Like, what happens
Exactly.
in that instance?
They're taking all the guns away. They're
Yeah.
giving us a complete reminder of what happened back then with the Holocaust. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hey,
Yeah,
this is how the
absolutely.
Nazis took
They doing
over.
the same thing. I mean, it's the Stop Asian Hate thing. If you they have it in that bill that he signed, it's basically, bro. If you accidentally bump into an Asian person and they don't accept your apology, they can charge you with a hate crime. If you say
Yeah,
something to an Asian person that they don't like, they can charge you with a hate crime. That's some Nazi Germany shit.
yeah.
You can't say nothing like that.
That's
Yeah,
why I don't stop and be when you bump into some crazy shit like that. Don't stop and be like, oh, I'm sorry. Nope, you got to keep pushing because they trying
yeah.
to set you up.
Right, my bad, my bad G. Yeah,
They trying to
my
set you up,
bad. Yeah, I got
especially
my
when
bad
you're
G
in
and
New
I'm
York
gone.
City. Especially when you're in New York City,
Are you in New
you got
York?
a whole bunch yes,
Because I was about to say, yeah, that's
yes,
her. Y'all heavy with this Stop Asian Hate. All the little fault they've been finding immigrant bums on the street that who are crazy and shit. That's what their background is. They've been finding them and making them and paying them, giving them a little crack rock to go around and push Asian people over, or do this, that, and everything. That shit is heavy in New York. They
yeah,
even
no,
had a there was some type of I'm gonna have to look back into my studies and stuff, but there was the cops in New York are corrupt as shit,
hmm
corrupt as shit. So they'll pay somebody to do something just so it looks like somebody did something. And it's not,
yeah.
and it's been documented that they've done the shit before. Basically, is what I'm saying. It's like
It's
now
been
you
all
up.
over this neighborhood, Washington Heights.
Damn.
In the Heights is always corruption. There's always high shit happening. Drugs everywhere. The Dominicans. That's where the Dominicans are. More, the majority of them.
Yeah. See, you have people. Yeah, you got people from everywhere else doing this shit, and then black people get the blame for it. Like in Chicago, they like, oh man, oh yeah, that's Chirac. They
In
killing each other
support
out
of it.
there like a motherfucker. And it's like, well, what they not talking about is the fact that it's black on brown crime up there. them Puerto
Yeah,
Ricans and shit or whatever. They have these. First of all, they bring the guns in on the trains, the little cargo trains. They bust.
yeah.
They tell certain little groups where them cargo trains is. Police. They bust them over and then they start killing black kids. Black kids start defending themselves, and now you got black on brown crime, and they just like, oh man, it's Chirac, and they just kill one another up there and shit like that. What about the black on black crime in Chicago? I'm like,
Yup.
y'all just look at the news and don't formulate no type of opinion. Y'all are just peons. Y'all are followers. Y'all are sheep. You're saying this is what the news says, and so this is what's
Because
going on.
because it's the new generation. So because it's a new generation, they're not telling anyone that you have the power to voice your opinion and make law, make what's right and what's not, so they can form the law and say what's really not right and what's, you get what I'm saying? Power to the
Absolutely.
people, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they're
Yeah.
not. But they're not enforcing it. They're not really saying anything about it. You got the Republicans saying anything about it. That's why they're there. But they're really following what the they're really following what the worst thing is.
Absolutely.
They're
Yeah.
not doing nothing about it. They're just looking at what they're doing as if they're recording them so they could see if they could do something about it. But they're taking benefits of it too. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
What?
y'all sitting up here. It's a pandemic, and y'all getting a raise type deal. It's like, what the fuck?
Like, y'all not doing any wrong with it. Like, you're the primary example of the cause. Like, what the hell? Do
It's like
something.
y'all being greedy and shit. It's like that's the problem is that we've relied too much on government as a people, and
Exactly.
that falls back onto the white supremacist structure over here. White people didn't have to do anything. They could just rely on the system to arrest black people, get them away, make them feel safe and all of that shit. They got complacent with that. Black people started Black Wall Street. That's basically our own government. We were governing ourselves. We had multiple millionaires. We didn't need.
Hmm.
We had baseball teams. We had laundromat. We had everything. We were self-sufficient. We didn't need the structure. We didn't need a structure that tears down other people to lift us up. Neither.
Right.
So you have a whole. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
This is crazier, isn't
Oh,
it?
that's
Isn't it?
crazy. No.
Get off. Beautiful. Yes, hard skip the beat. It's all that matters.
Man, this shit has to change. This shit has been going on for years now, for decades.
Yeah, we got to
And
change
it's
ourselves.
actually been a 60-year plan evolving with it.
Shit, I would
This
say a
is
couple 100-year plan. This is how it's supposed to. It's supposed to be us struggling and fighting and stuff forever.
fucking
Just us always hoping for the best. Us just hoping that white people are going to be nice one day and just give us a set of laws that aren't going to,
act
be.
like everything is all gravy
Yeah,
when this shit just happened just last summer.
yeah. We're okay. We're finally all going to get along. Like I hate every time I hear
I
people
hate when
say
they
that.
do
It's
that. Try to sweep it
oh,
under the rug.
it's a split screen. I just pinned you over here.
Oh, me too.
All right, fuck it.
Alright. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, you had a whole bunch of people complicit on. You could call the police, and even today, look, you can call the police and say this black person's disturbing my peace, and cops will come
They
out
will come
and
up in there like
kill the
you
black
did.
person. We've executed him. Your peace is now restored. Okay, so you have a whole group of people over here that's used to that, and now the government look at how white people lose their fucking mind. You tell them to wear a mask some damn where. You see videos all over the damn place where they like, how dare you tell me wear a mask? I ain't gotta wear a mask. I don't hear see no other group of people doing that but crazy white people. Not
No,
all
it's
white
just
people's
not just
crazy, but
white
just
people. It's not just white people. There are actually a huge mix of race that like they feel elitist. Basically, they're elitist. They're saying they're like, what I would like to say is they're people that are they're better than others because they're overly rich, and they'd be like, oh, how dare you, you know. There you have those that be like, oh, that praise for all equality, whether you're rich or poor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you.
and you got the ones that are like, rules for me and not for thee. You get what I'm saying? The
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm
authoritarian.
with you. Yeah, I definitely see that. I definitely see that where it's richer people seeing that, but I'm seeing a lot of videos of these Karens, these librarians and the teachers that we went to school with and shit. I'm seeing a whole bunch of them lose their fucking mind, having to get pulled out of restaurants by the police and shit because they over here like, I am American, I am a Christian woman, I don't have to do like, bro. I see some videos, bro. I'm like, this bitch ain't rich. This bitch is talking about being a Christian. Like, I am a, which is a covert. It's covert. It's code word for white. It's like I am a white Protestant person. You don't have the right to do that to me over here because they go off of common law. You know what common law shit is, right? It's like sundown
Yeah.
towns and shit like that. Like whoever we make up the rules because you know what I'm saying. Majority of us are on the same page. So you have a lot of those rules. So when white folks go up and be like, I'm a Christian, something, 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 I'm just like, you just trying to say I'm white and I say so.
Mm.
And it's
Mm.
fuck all that. Like, man, you can't yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad when you get people who think that way and act that
Yeah.
way. It's also inevitable, I feel.
Because nobody is not, and they take advantage of that. That's what they take advantage of.
The inevitability of it.
Not even no questions asked or how it happened, who started it. Nope, it's just the first person that's being seen. You arrest them on the spot.
Yeah, right. Nope. We gonna somebody called the police and
Like
you
I
look
broke
like the
my
threat.
wrist on my own, so it's your fault. You're like, but I didn't do nothing. It doesn't matter. You're closer. Like really?
You look suspicious. I felt like you may have done it. It's like I just got here.
Like seconds ago.
It's like yeah, but you just happen to fit. Like they make us they try to make us afraid to be black. It was like oh well, you kind of fit that description. You should be careful around here, which is them coldly saying get your black ass from around here. And it's like
Yeah.
how does somebody look suspicious? Like they give you a description and you just stop anybody in a red shirt. No, if they tell you something about somebody, you're not just going to stop every white person and be like, oh, you fit the description. I've never seen that instance where that happens to a white person. Where it's like, oh, they stop you randomly. What happened? Oh, you look like this guy that it was somebody's robbing houses around here. You look kind of like the suspect. It's like, no, not me, sir. It's like I've never seen this shit. It's always me and my homies, or either some shit I see on TV where these motherfuckers is doing some just like, or it's not TV, more so just social media, sharing videos and shit. Motherfuckers is I'm like, man. And then we don't have no idea that we at war. So you got motherfuckers that'll get pulled over. You get pulled over by the police, just be docile. Just yes sir, just do whatever the fuck they add, yes sir, here's my license. No, you can't. No, I'm not consenting to you checking my car, but here's everything else and all that. Ooh. Motherfucker, we get pulled over and because we saw a video on YouTube, we like, I know my law, I know my rights, and blah 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 blah. Well, now they can say that we're resisting. Now they have every right for probable cause. It's like we can't give them the opportunity to do that shit. If you get pulled over, don't start with not just you, but just anybody shouldn't start. Nobody black should start with that. Well, under this pretense of law, you're not allowed to do. Like, man, they gonna arrest your ass right there. As soon as you start talking about something other than yes sir, no sir, you resisting in their mind.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna happen.
It's like just be like, yes sir, no sir. I was going. I've seen black people get pulled over. I was going five. I was going. He was going 5 miles under the speed limit. I pulled you over to see if everything was all right. It's like because I was driving 5 miles under the speed limit. He's like, I'm just making sure I was all right. Make sure nobody's drinking and driving or something like that. If you was impaired, he was like, bro, 5 miles under the speed limit. And he was just the cop. Just bullshit. They're trying to make us afraid to do anything.
It's fucking 1960s all over again.
Well, they don't want that because what happened at the end of the '60s, like I was talking about earlier, we turned the fuck up and almost burnt this whole country down until they gave us some rules.
Really
So if that's really what they want, where it's like, you know what, black people, black people are the most tolerant people on the planet. Y'all keep doing bullshit to us and we still ain't tore this motherfucker down. And then you got other people in other countries who don't respect us because we ain't doing it yet. Everybody's looking for everybody takes their social cues from everybody, the black, from foundational black Americans, everybody here. Everybody takes their social cues from here. So as soon as we just flip this motherfucker over and flip the whole United States table over and be like, fuck that, we taking over. Everybody else around the world do the shit. They be like, oh, they did it and they ain't scared. Fuck it, shit. We ain't got shit to lose. Like in the art of war, the dude he said you're not supposed to. You're supposed to always leave a little bit of room for hope, or like the enemy has a chance of winning. Because if they think that they don't have a chance of winning, they'll fight to the death. That's not what they do. Not want that to happen. But we're coming on to a crossroads where it's inevitable, where something's gonna happen, where it may not be physical, because there's a lot of like me and people, my peers that I'm with a lot of black people that's working on becoming millionaires. So you talk about the next 10 years, I'm one of them millionaires up there, one of them rich motherfuckers. I'm not even 40 though. You have a whole bunch of black people like that. Imagine that. That's the power right there, where it's like, oh, you got all these white people waiting for a race war. And it's like, no, we can just afford now. We can afford to put our politicians in office that talk our talking points. They talk about reparations and shit. It's like they talk about getting us laws and bills so that you can't. If you get caught in public calling a black person an N-word, you get 5 to 10 years imprisonment. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, bitch, you know what the fuck you saying? Slavery and shit happening there, and you got the nerve to in 2021, 2031 be calling a black person the N-word? No, you're going to fucking prison, you racist sack of shit. And then people be like, "Oh, we're freedom of speech."
Empowerment is almost like a mafia organization.
Very much so.
So you really have to be careful when you roll into politics.
Yep. But it's also it's a big money bag.
Get around the law that they think you could actually get around the law.
Yeah, when you do stuff like sneakingly and shit. Like that's why these people pay, these lobbyists and shit, they pay a lot of money to make sure the corruption continues. You imagine creating a black town, all the town's officials were voted for honorably, and then we choose a representative to go into white society and be our representative. Now we have a representative for black needs and shit like that.
But I think that's where the currency comes in, right?
What do you mean?
Well, the fiat currency is being run by the organization.
Yeah, exactly, fiat currency. But we're moving towards the last Bitcoin will be mined in 120 years. So we got the next 100 plus years of cryptocurrency. So that fiat currency is about to go into inflation. Like you can come up with your own cryptocurrency and only trade loony coin. Like that's access, that's power. They're not telling people we have that much power now. The power shift is happening. Might get a psycho coin. You feel me? Like fuck, why not? Shit, I don't want to use.
Yeah, it is happening because I went on what's the name? I went on eBay, and I was gonna buy this Villain Club shirt, but it says GBP. I was like, oh fuck, so I can't use this shit. I was like, oh. And then I came across a couple other items. I was like, oh, and then there's like other currencies going on. Oh, it's the end.
Yeah, people ain't using the dollar no more. Like people don't like the dollar's going in inflation. I mean, one Bitcoin is worth like 40,000 American dollars. What the fuck is the dollar worth now? It's like you have to have at least $40,000 to equal one Bitcoin. It's like shit. The dollar's not competing. It's competing with all the ones that's like fractions of a penny and shit right now. But it's only a matter of time for those to explode, just because where cryptocurrency is going. Like Dogecoin on May 8th, Elon Musk is gonna go on SNL. He said he put a tweet out.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, he's going on Saturday Night Live. He said he called
that shit for a while. I wonder how our comedy is right now.
Yeah. But he's talking about he calls himself the Doji Father, and he put the quote. He put Doji Father, and then he said SNL May 8th. So he's gonna go. More likely, he's gonna go on SNL and say something about Dogecoin, which is gonna make it explode because cryptocurrencies are based off popularity and trends. And it's like so. The power is in the people more so ever than it's ever been, and that's some real shit. People need to understand the opportunity, the access to money right now is unprecedented. Like these old rich bastards, they can't control what's going on. They're like, fuck.
Yeah.
They're just panicking, just like we're just gonna rely on the racism again. Let's just keep on killing them and just keep acting like
And they're
like,
gonna
nah.
just keep on ignoring. They're gonna get ignored until they're at the point where they're gonna try to control us by force, and then we're gonna fight back, and it's gonna really get shitted on.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, that's the thing, because they don't. Well, see, that's what I've always heard that and thought that maybe, but their numbers are dwindling. They can't handle another war, bro. They can't.
Yeah.
Their numbers are really that low. They cannot take no another war. If they start fighting with the black people over here, and they know we already ready. We already about that life. We ready. Like, so we gonna take out a few million of them over here.
Let me tell you something. Niggas all over the hood is working out like there's a goddamn war about that.
Right.
Bro, you know, these niggas are gearing up. They are buying tactical gear. Remember that day when I was like, you think anything will happen if I bought any like tactical gear, helmets, samurai swords? Like, oh no, you're good. Just don't buy any weapons. Like, oh yeah.
It's like, shit, yeah, motherfuckers is ready.
Gearing up because they know things are about to pop.
Oh, it's more. I feel like it's more of a. I wish we tired of that shit.
I don't know if you've seen the video, but there were little girls rumbling in the goddamn nail salon with no police being showed last year. It was a what? It was. I would say it was more like the purge last year than it is right now.
Oh yeah, definitely means a pandemic. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, people was like, fuck it, I don't fuck whatever. And then if you thought you got coughed on or something, or somebody, hey, you need to cover your mouth, bitch. Don't tell me to cover my mouth now. Everybody's high strung already, so just it doesn't take much to tip people over.
That's a fact.
Definitely with black people, we got this racism and shit. Then you give us this pandemic, lose our access, people losing jobs, losing homes and shit all over the country. It's a lot of high strung people.
Yeah. Shit ain't right. It ain't going good, man. It ain't going good.
No, see,
the thing that really calmed me down is that I had to speak to my grandma, so I ain't speak to her in a hot minute. She really put me at ease when she was like, man, this shit been going on for like years. We're always going to be in the same predicament. It's gonna be the same way.
Oh, I missed
the only
that.
Difference
oh,
is,
just one fall? Damn, I fucked that up.
Damn.
So go ahead.
No, she was like, the only difference is that we're probably gonna get a little bit of change of currency, and a little bit of the same racist drama that we've been having over hundreds and hundreds of years.
The rematch that shit.
And you're gonna just the poor and the rich is gonna stay the same, depending on who's gonna follow and who's gonna lead.
You know, the thing is though, Looney, that generation is going away. So they just think their whole entire life they didn't have no hope of any. Every time they thought it was a bright, those people, those elders you was talking to, they saw all of our black leaders get assassinated. Every single one. Our black organizations get toppled by this white establishment. They sat there. So it only makes sense that now they sit here telling you, the next generation, just get prepared for the same thing because there's just no hope. It's up to us. We're supposed to change it. We're supposed to be like, nah, granny, I'm a millionaire. I'm going to be the first millionaire in our family, and I'm going to change this shit. And a couple generations from now, like my grandkids, they not going to have to deal with the shit that I had to deal with. Or they're not going to have the worry or strain or none of that. You know, that's what we got to reassure our elders of, because a lot of them don't really have hope.
Now, I've experienced a lot of crazy, tough things. But the most toughest thing to try to experience, I would say, is trying to keep a friend from being an enemy. The toughest challenge ever. But enemies become friends, but depending on the situation.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
why I came to that subject is because there was a time when I got real close to somebody, and we made good business with each other. We was making money, and a little competition got in the way. It wasn't coming from me because I was loving this relationship. Remember, like I'm one of those guys that would be like, if there's a good relationship that things are moving equitably, I'm not about to destroy it.
Hmm.
You know, I like something that's gonna keep it pushing because I'm a man that's about business, not about. I'm not trying to take over your shit. I'm trying to cut shit down the line so I can go about my business and do my shit.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
no, what I run into was complete betrayal
Mm,
because they wanted everything,
mm.
everything. it, that's where friendship came down to. It didn't matter how much you were making, you were going to get screwed out in the end. So you have to not only hold your not only hold yourself yourself tensions, like to control your anger and your resentment to that person, but to continue that genuine bond that you have, even though he just screwed you over. I mean, like that's what I used to follow with my grandmother. Christianity and all.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah, same.
keep the just keep the positivity on.
Yeah,
Don't
keep
go
the
back and
peace.
resent the. Yeah, don't go
Forgive and
back and
forget.
resent that person. No, yeah, let them get handled. But you could still, let that man feel the regret of ever betraying you. That is the greatest comeback. And that friend that became an enemy, the enemy will soon become your friend once again. When I heard that shit from the past, I was like, yo, it's actually pretty fucking true.
Just like,
But
yeah,
it
it does.
depends on the situation.
Yep. Yeah, because you can't like you're not gonna murder my entire family and then you become my enemy and then later on in life we have to fight a common enemy and I'm just gonna forget about that. Like no, no, I'm not fighting
Yeah,
with you. Matter of fact, if they give me a gun and I'm standing next to you, I'm blasting your head out.
right, right,
Like, have
right.
y'all not seen Sub Zero and Scorpion in a Mortal Kombat series? Like, come on. they
Oh
have
my
a lifelong
god,
they
I
have a
can't
lifelong
believe
beef because Sub Zero murdered this man's family. He said, "I'm never
for
letting you go."
that is revenge on top
like,
of
it's like
revenge.
I don't care if I've killed you already 10 times. I'm still coming back because they keep bringing your ass back. Like that is to the grave and beyond. Like yeah, I think some beefs deserve that shit. Like I'm not forgiving this piece of shit. Fuck you. Like, and I think that's okay. I think the Bible teaches us to be so complacent. Like whatever people do, it teaches us to whatever happens to us is God's will. So we should just let Him
Yeah,
handle it.
well, because
Fuck that. Like no,
it's
I'm
the
fucking
same.
up.
Well, it's the same reactions we get when feeding our brain the pleasure of playing a video game. They give us that satisfaction of dopamine after winning a match or losing a one,
Yeah,
and
just
then you'd be like, "What's next?" and
yeah.
then and then and then you'd be like in the mood to do something else. You'd be like, but you don't want to do it. Your brain is like, I don't really give a fuck.
Right. It's like
I'm like,
man,
what
whatever.
the hell? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's like man, I'm good. I'm gonna go to sleep.
You're like that high shit, bro. That high shit keeps you up.
And his opponent from the fifth dimension,
Some hella
weighing
conversations, man.
in
That's what
at
I'm talking about. I
225
appreciate them.
pounds,
It's
is
nothing, bro.
Psycho.
You know, in real life and personal wise, I'm usually a man that has a few words.
I feel like it's just the common interest of wrestling. Wrestling, we're a special
Bring
community.
people together.
So I mean, we if you like wrestling, I can trust you. That's kind of what it comes down to, bro. Like our community is so trusting. That's why we keep watching WWE every damn week, even though they'll give us some bullshit. Because we're just like, we just trust that they're gonna, they're gonna do better by us. Come on, eventually they're gonna do better by us. So if I hear somebody talking about Raw and SmackDown and having an opinion on a wrestler and shit like that and being like, I wish this happened with a storyline, okay, I can trust you, because we on the same we on the same frequency when it comes to that. So it's easier to open up than with somebody that's just like, yo, you see a basketball game? It's like, yeah, everybody watches basketball. Not everybody watches wrestling.
You know, people are getting into wrestling after that pandemic. More and more, not only more people are getting more, not only that the wrestling is gaining fans, they're gaining celebrities turning into superstars.
Yeah, like Bad Bunny. Yeah, that shit was insane.
Shit, I'm still trying to figure out when's this dude gonna come back. His
Who you talking
name,
Jake Paul.
no, not Jake Paul, or damn. He just had a rivalry with Braun Strowman last year.
And they gone? They not on TV no more?
Now he was like, the next time we be in the ring together, the next time we be in the ring together, we're gonna tag team. And this dude is like the same size. He's a boxer.
Oh, you talking about the Gypsy King? Okay.
Yeah,
you
I'm
talking
waiting
about
for that. I'm waiting for that to come back. Wait, if they become tag team, bro, that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
I can see it. They need
Knocking people out.
They need to have Strowman. They need something to help him become a superstar. It's not God.
Strowman was just talking about him debuting a mask of some sort.
Flash!
Yo, don't run from me.
Debuting a mask.
Yeah, he said there was a mask. He said on Instagram that there was a mask he wanted to debut that he's been dying to show off.
They should have did that shit with the Fiend. Like, what the fuck? He was just fighting the Fiend for like half a year.
Yeah, but this is him and his. I mean, I agree to that. He could have been done that when it was a swamp match, but he's doing his on what is done with him permanently. I guess when he was in that serious monster phase, I guess it's growing little by little because of Vince's roadblocks or whatever. But what I think he's doing, he's like building this gimmick to like little baby steps, as you know, he's like making a pattern as face, little like as it slows down, the more he feels betrayed, the more he gets taunted by other superstars, he gets
like
more and more
a mental breakdown.
Yeah, like, you know, face, he's a good guy. Peel, he gets more deeper and darker into this monster persona, and then he starts becoming more and more. Sooner he'd be like a little bit like Kane. He starts speaking less. I like that. Him just being more. Where it's like, hey, Strowman, how's it going? And he's just kind of like, don't and then
say
he just
anything.
starts growling. Like, that's all he's doing.
Or just because I feel like they'd ruin if he just like grunting and growling people. They'd have him come out like damn Fred Flintstone the next week. Fuck that. It's like, but yeah, I'm with the whole. Yeah, you have him just like Strowman. You good? Definitely, if you have Dexter Lumis get up to the main roster by then, and you have him like they're together, and like Dexter Lumis is like in his ear, like you don't ever see them talk to him, but it's like Strowman, what's wrong with you, dude? And then Dexter, he just looks at Dexter and then walks away. It's like, what the fuck? Is he in control of this motherfucker? Like, what the fuck? Like Strowman, I feel like he still needs that. We didn't fully get the the big monster in the faction guy, like we did with the Wyatts. I mean, he was there, but I feel like it wasn't always flushed out.
He was a swamp monster. That's what it was when it came to the Wyatt family.
Definitely, yeah, I can see that.
But as Bray Wyatt, he was the Swamp King, a cultist. That's the old Bray Wyatt. Now you got the Mr. Rogers and...
I thought we were talking about Braun Strowman.
No, I was saying, nah, it kind of led to Bray. It kind of led to Bray. Because I was like, what's his name? He could possibly be, you know, Braun is like the swamp monster gimmick when he was with the Wyatt family. Now you got this monster persona for his, you know, his regular gimmick. But as he's building up, now he's a face.
That was a beautiful elbow
It really was. That really was.
But yeah, I'm with you. I'm wondering what they're gonna do with this Alexa shit with Bray, and this she turned on him.
She might get a
got the
new
power
finisher.
now.
Is that Sister Abigail? They might change that.
Can't believe they got rid of Bo Dallas. I was waiting for him to be like the Fiend's arch nemesis.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. Have him go with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
But he might appear in Impact with Samoa Joe.
I'm thinking Joe. Here's some hella bit of fantasy looking right here. What they need to do with Joe is have Joe. He needs to come out and have Kenny Omega do a open challenge. Be like, man, ain't nobody in Impact whoop my ass. I done took y'all belt. I done defended it, 2-3 times that y'all pay. Y'all ain't shit. And you just have Joe come out and just wrecking. Take that championship back.
For real.
Like I'd be here for that. Like Joe needs to be legitimized immediately. Wherever he goes, immediately. Like fuck no. Like completely erase. He completely erased the last like couple of years of his career out of my subconscious. Like no, have him just come back and oh yeah, Joe's a champion. Oh yeah, okay, all right, okay. Now I feel right. Now it feels right.
It was looking good when Samoa Joe and freaking Kevin Owens.
Oh,
We thought about the same thing. That was good.
Beautiful. With him and Kevin Owens were like they was about to start a tag team.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be good.
Yeah.
Like it was gonna. What I was thinking, like Seth Rollins and Eddie Murphy had the tag team. What I thought it was
Eddie
like they was
Murphy.
gonna drop the tag. I mean, Eddie Murphy.
You said
Buddy
Eddie Murphy.
Buddy Murphy. I can't get his name next time. That is funny. Yo, his Raw comedy used to be funny as hell.
Sarah Rollins and Eddie Murphy. All right, now I can't get that out of my head.
Dude, that would be funny as hell. Oh my God, bring it in. Bring it in.
You like my drip, Eddie? Hey, man, what's going on? You talking about you got drip in there? You ain't got no drip in there. Oh, come on, Eddie. Come on, Eddie. Like, man, what you talking about, man? Somebody get this kid. He ain't got no damn drip.
You're like, no, Eddie, you're supposed to be the disciple, Messiah, disciple.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't doing none of that. I ain't doing none of that right there. I don't know what you're talking about.
I forgot I had resiliency.
Oh, I hit him.
Oh, that was sad. You just scraped me. That was bad.
Oh, man, Seth and Eddie. Yeah, but
I will never forget that comedy in Raw. He had this comedy movie called Raw.
Yeah, and Delirious. Yeah, they own. I think they still on Netflix.
Are they?
I'm pretty sure they're still on Netflix.
Oh my god, I missed that shit.
Cause he had a deal with Netflix. That's why he came out with that movie Dolomite, where he was
Oh,
what you call it? There was somebody named Dolomite really in history, and he really did something like he really did that shit. But yeah, he made that movie. That was a Netflix movie.
hmm. I used to always wake up on Saturday mornings. I usually see fucking Vampire in Brooklyn on the 11 o'clock movies.
Vampire in Brooklyn. Oh my god, bro, I love
It
that. That scared
always
shit out of me
be-
when I was a kid. But
Yeah, it did to me too. Like the same way it scared me as Bordello Blood.
yeah, oh my god. Well, there was a lot of titties in there, so I was like,
It was
okay,
a
I like
lot of
this movie. I
titties.
like this.
And
This
there was
is
a lot
good.
of gore in that shit too.
Yeah, that shit. She was, his tongue went through the, man, yeah, just, man. And the other one, what the fuck, the other one? God damn it. Because I just watched these not too long ago. Bordello Blood and Demon Knight.
No, oh no, here's one. I think it's Tales from the Hood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
Tales from the
goodness.
Hood. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That
Welcome
beautiful movie.
to hell. Oh, they open up the casket. Where's the drugs?
motherfuckers?
I was like, oh my god, yeah, that image of that shit fucked me up as a kid.
I literally shitted my pants when I was
Then they
little.
started burning alive and just like, oh, we're in hell.
Yo,
already.
I
It
was
like,
dreaming of hell and everything. I was like, this is the
Yes,
true hell.
yes, bro.
This
Right,
was
yeah.
the true hell.
That's the
Like,
devil,
yo.
and they have a camera in hell that showed
bro.
everything, and I don't want to go to that place.
Oh hell
Yes.
no.
Yeah,
That was the
that's it.
true heartbeat of my career. My whole life.
my career, my whole life. Welcome
my dreams was a whole fucking monetary. Yo, I remember it like it was yesterday.
Like dreams
Yo.
were totally different after that. It was like
Yo.
I was introduced to
was
nightmares
this
after that
fucking-
movie.
It was this fucking huge ass mansion that was painted in devil's food red, bro.
Oh my
Yo.
god! Look, he remembers them vividly.
I
Oh, that
opened the
movie.
fucking door. I went in that bitch. Yo, everything changed. I looked like I was in a fucking Bahamut dragon's lair. Like, bro, it was so scary.
He said, "This
For
is
me to
real."
remember that must truly be hell. At least maybe my version afterlife, but that shit.
Yeah, that fucked me up just as much, just as goddamn much.
I didn't like how he formed himself as the devil. That shit was sickening.
Yeah, just like just like an animorph, just like, oh, I was him the whole time. Or he's like, where's the shit, man? Yes, the shit, yes. I'm just like, bro, what the, right? What is, all right? This is fucking me up, bro. Looney!
Oh, you weasel! You
Didn't expect that! That's what I'm talking about.
No!
You're having a mental breakdown. You're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Yes, iconic, bro. Love Macho Man. That's my favorite wrestler.
Yo, I had no idea he played in fucking. I don't know if you remember this cartoon. I watched this growing up. Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah.
And he
Where's he in
played. He played a character in this monkey episode in Dexter's Laboratory. His name was Raslar.
Oh wow, Raslar.
It was
That's
like,
fitting.
what? And it dawned on me. I was like, wait, what? I saw a couple of his taunts. I was like, yo, this is really Randy.
Oh wow, yeah, okay, I got to watch that episode or something.
It was like, I do not like when you kick so high. I do not like you, Sam R.I. I was like, wait, that is Randy.
Like Randy's still in our childhood.
Yo, he was in our childhood, bro. I didn't even know. I didn't recognize of all the Slim Jim commercials. He voiced over that monkey episode. Dial M for monkey. That's what it's called.
Okay. I gotta watch it. No, no, no. King of the Brain Buster.
That's right. It's like, do you really think you can beat America? The strength of America, the speed of America, the Constitution of America. And
Is that what he says in it?
Spitting. He was like spitting at his face in his mask, and he was like, "Well, Major Glory, here comes my John haircut," and he punches him, and then you see stars, and he's like, "Major Glory, with your fresh and minty breath, I will salute you." He holds him with just one hand with his full hand. You remember Major Glory? Yeah. With a flag for a cape and shit. Yo, he held him like he was a flagpole, and his cape was the flag.
That wasn't they the what's called like Hulk and they had a Thor one. Like they were what was that? Like it's basically the Avengers, the Justice Friends or some shit like that. They had like the little side episode.
And
so he was a part of that, I think. Yeah, it was Thor. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
He's a Major Glory, Val Howland, and
Crunk. I think it was like Crunk or something.
Yeah, that's his name.
Crunk.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Please like Muppet Pals. Please like Muppet Pals.
Reminds me of I Am Weasel. You know they had them little side episodes and shit. I Am Weasel.
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah, that shit was funny. That shit was funny. Yo, I used to annoy the shit out of my friends with that shit. The same way I'd be like, I am Groot.
I was playing Fortnite and I got all the superheroes. So every time it gets to Groot, I can only talk like that's a deal I made with like the stream. I was like, if ever I get Groot, I can only say I am Groot. So I'll be in a team with somebody and I'm like, I am Groot, I am Groot. I end up fucking dying and I'm like, I am Groot. Like fuck. Like, as soon as the match is over, I'm like, I said he was over fucking there. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh man, yeah. So I'm goofy. Being funny is definitely my coping mechanism for life.
My bad. Yeah, I relate with you on that one. I relate to you on that one. I'm about to roll another.
Do it.
I gotta get a new computer so I could get this mining thing over with.
Hell yeah, get that shit started. Yeah, I gotta get a new one too. I got this weak ass Dell. This shit is trash.
I know I was waiting for this i5, but I think I could change that if they have the tech.
You remember Sexy Star, right? From AAA Luchador?
Yeah.
So she started mixed martial arts, I guess, and got destroyed. If this is really her. So everybody, the wrestling community is kind of just like, haha, karma. Because she did. Apparently, what happened was she was in a match with Rosemary, and she like purposefully injured her, like in the middle of the ring, like in front of everybody. Just went straight off script.
Wait, was this an Impact?
No, it was at I'm pretty sure it was at like it was a luchador event somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and yeah, it was definitely independent, and yeah, they was live. It was like they had like one of their big shows, and she just like she had like an armbar in on her or something, and she tapped and like she held it in and like cranked it for real, where it's just kind of like, oh shit, like what the fuck, and that was off script, So what you call so she got destroyed, I guess, apparently. So everybody's just like, oh, karma.
There goes your receipt.
You're right. I was like, you're right. Pretty much everybody's like, oh yeah, you tried to, because it's basically you making a mockery of wrestling, saying, bitch, I'll hurt you for real if I wanted to. It's like, well, this bitch hurts you for real, for real.
Mhm. It's not fun being on the other side.
Right. It's like, yeah, you getting mopped for real. Jason Jordan has replaced John Laurinaitis as lead producer for both Raw and SmackDown.
Wait, what?
Now that's a
Oh,
flex.
Jason Jordan. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to be like, I thought you was talking about this girl that was on Impact. I'm like, wait, what? She just
Jordan
got
Grace.
the tag team championships with the.
Yeah, yeah. You talking about Jordan
Grace.
Grace? Yeah, Jordan. Boy, thick mama pump. Yeah, boy.
Man.
Yeah, boy. I'm just saying, boy. I need to broaden my horizons. I need to get in different circles of people.
I could. She made me think I can do some things. And
Like I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should
flip
get
her,
in some
turn her
good
around.
shape. I can get, I really can get in shape. Like she get. It's not too late. I could be a wrestler still.
Yo,
bro.
that's what reminded me. Oh my God, spinning her around reminded me of this fucking comedy skit that Eddie Griffin. He was talking about fucking a midget and shit. He was like, I just have them on my dick, spin her around.
Oh God! Like, oh,
I'm like, yo, this nigga is stupid. Cause I shared that shit on Facebook one day before I deleted it. And, yo, my ex got tight because my ex is also was a midget, but she was like a different one. Like her body looked a bit different compared to a midget. It was like, and it was crazy because she had a lot of niggas lined up to wanted to fuck her. So she gets pissed off because I shared that shit. I'm like, what are you getting all mad for?
Look, I didn't say
What the
you
hell?
did. I didn't tell anybody you did this to me. I just said
Exactly.
this would be awesome to do, and wasn't it
Right.
awesome to do?
Like,
Like,
yo,
I just
you
be a
hurting the whole community. You're not doing nothing good. I'm
Right.
like, man, bitch, you just mad because we're not with
It was back right. I'm gonna let you have it if you want it. You want me to let you have
and
it?
it was crazy. It was crazy because it was the truth. Because I'm like, she was like, "Oh, you didn't have to leave me like that." I'm like, "But you keep going with the bullshit." Like, and then you gonna come out of nowhere saying that you cheated on me. I definitely don't want you back.
Right. Yeah. How dare you disrespect me, and then insult my intelligence like I'm gonna just come running back? How dare you?
Exactly. Like the
You must think so little of me.
Like, I don't know what the fuck you thought this was. Some
Like, so-
type
oh.
of community route.
But yeah, it's like, so see, you thought that's a problem with relationships too. Is a lot of them are based off of. I mean, it's kind of it's a weird, sick blend of how things should be and how things are. Like, people talk about arranged marriages like it's a bad thing, and yeah, it's taking somebody's freedom away is one thing. But back in the day when it was if I have an empire, right? I got the Psycho Empire. You got the Looney Empire. All right. I have a son. You have a daughter. And both our empires are thriving. Okay, well we're gonna do things to set up our children to where they're married to that joins our empires together. That's a business play. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and both our children around the same age. We're gonna let them hang out together. We're gonna let them be friends and play together and shit like that. And then hoping for the best. Which in most cases we done seen Disney movies. That shit works. Like, just have them
So
fucking.
now they want to hit all the woke shit.
Yeah. So, but now you
But,
have
'cause
today's
he was
society
using-
where motherfuckers is, you want to be with somebody for clout. Like, you see the empire I have, or you see what you would think is the empire with, Looneyville. You were, or you think I'm with you for, your status or whatnot. There's no emotional connection anymore.
Yeah.
People are with one another for status, where it's like, bitch, you don't have anything. You look good around tax time. That's it. It's like the rest of the year
Keep
you're
trying
wearing
to
the
tell
same
you
shit
your
you bought
marketing is
tax time.
plummeting.
right, immediately, right? But people fall for
Exactly.
it. People fall for it every year. It's just like she's only
Yeah.
fresh around tax time every year. How you falling for this? And then what does she end up with? 6 kids. Because the facade only goes so much. But the basis, because of how we've been in America, the basis of femininity and masculinity is basically sex at this point. Just because of how
Yeah.
everything was on the plantation. Like I may have had to. You had one buck, right? And a buck would have to. The buck was chosen by the slave master. He had to impregnate all the femmes. You know what I'm saying? All the women so that he keeps having livestock because that's how they viewed us. So any child that buck had or any woman that he had sex with, he didn't look at as like, it wasn't an emotional connection. It was like a job for him. So it's really a sick, you know what I'm saying? It's really a psychopathy around all of this. That was insane.
It's bad. It's bad to know that the roles have been reversed, but not for all, just the majority.
Yeah, that which ends up kind of turning. It feels like all. That's why people
It
don't
does.
feel
It
motivated to
does.
do anything because
But
everybody's like, well,
it's just the individual job to make a difference. It doesn't have to be that way. But if they make a line of sheep to make them follow what it is, it's going to be a real detriment.
but yeah, and you follow
That
it. Yeah.
might cause more child rate to be dropped, child birth rates.
What are you talking about?
No, I mean to keep on with this, the woman empowerment.
Oh, yeah. You remember I told you about that movie, that
Yeah.
idea that I had where I'm like, all the men are just fucking just locked up in a dome, and only reason they exist is to just procreate with women. That's the only use that the society has for men. It's like
Yeah, no,
that's one of the
they want
agendas that
more.
I think more so the reason. Oh, man. Reason why I think it feels so real is just because we're we're living in it, so it's like, man, this is fucked up, really happening. But because there's no alternative, we don't have an alternative for masculinity or nothing. We don't have no
Hmm.
strong, like a group of strong black men. Now I do, now my, how I'm getting my training and shit, but for the most part, there's none of that anywhere. Everybody's looking at hip hop as their reference for how to be a
I
man.
realized that I saw a video where they were portraying as some of the music that we have that represent us is like slave music. When
Yeah,
it's about getting money and
fucking
all the
hoes.
nonsense they're prone. It's slave. It's
Yeah,
slave. It's slave sounds because you're trying to attain money that don't have a value, that's running out of value. You're trying to pertain people that don't really give a fuck about you, but really trying to use you for either your nectar or something greater.
yeah,
And
and
these are the type of
yeah,
women that are damaged that they're promoting. This is slave music.
yeah. It's the same way when we was
But
talking
then,
about like
well,
the
you
little
can't say
Nas
that.
thing. Like he was a
Oh, I'm
broken
not.
ass kid, who's sexually confused, who may have got molested or raped. We don't know, but
The
I'm gonna
fuck,
take this broken person and put him in front of everybody.
the fucked up part about it is you got your J. Cole's. They're not promoting his ass, and he makes some good music.
Oh, you know who they promoting now right now though? Kid Cudi, because he went ahead. They went ahead and
Yeah.
broke it. They went ahead and broke him. And was like getting that dress boy, and he was like, okay, why? Because he's already a broken man. He was already suicidal a couple of years ago and shit. So he's going through his own mental anguishes and shit. They always target and pick at these people.
Oh.
That was bad. What's up, Heeman?
Right. Oh shit! What up, man?
Saw Heeman get in here, slide in here. He's probably like, what in the world? He's like, yeah. It's like, all I need is one other black person to talk to, and my my neurons done went off.
The fucking gynocracy is real.
What is that?
Gynocracy.
Yeah, what is that?
They knocking off them, calling our masculinity toxic.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's real. That's a real phenomenon.
It's gynocracy. They knocking off the man. They knocking off the man.